Up first, we talk about Taiwan, which China claims as its own territory despite the island's rejection. Now, Taiwan has been wary of efforts by Beijing to ramp up pressure on Taipei following the election last month of Lai Ching-te being elected as the president, a man Beijing views as a dangerous separatist. With the visit of US lawmaker Mike Gallagher to Taipei on Thursday, the United States reiterated its bipartisan support to the island nation, highlighting the need to ensure the delivery of weapons to Taiwan. The recent flaring up of tensions between Taiwan and China around the Kinmen Islands in the Taiwan Strait are only going to be an early litmus test for Taiwan's president-elect, Lai Ching-te. Kinmen is a short boat ride from the Chinese cities of Xiamen and Guangzhou and has been controlled by Taipei since 1949. Lai Ching-te on Wednesday said he supports firm law enforcement by the island's Coast Guard but hopes to avoid a similar situation. He was referring to the February 14th incident when 2 Chinese nationals died in a boat accident on accusations of trespassing by the Taiwan Coast Guard. What followed was Beijing blaming Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party for the deaths and seizing on the opportunity to expand its presence in the contested waters. On Monday, China's Coast Guard boarded a Taiwanese tourist boat in the waters close to Kinmen, a move Taiwan denounced as causing panic and harming Taiwanese people's feelings. But Taiwan's defense ministry also clarified that Taipei has not increased military deployments on the frontline islands facing China, and there is nothing unusual in the military situation around Taiwan.
The Ministry of Defense has coordinated with the Coast Guard to make appropriate research and judgment, and at the same time has designed some potential scenarios for our Navy and our defense forces stationed on the outer island to conduct drills and prepare according to these different situations. As for the incident in which the so-called 3-0 ship capsized in the process of escaping inspection and causing casualties in the near Kinmen, the defense minister made very clear in the legislative yuan yesterday that this incident is currently being handled by the Coast Guard from the perspective of a judicial case. The Ministry of Defense will not directly intervene to avoid escalating local tension.
Meanwhile, Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen told a visiting US delegation of lawmakers on Thursday that the island hoped to see more Taiwan-US exchanges this year and that Taiwan will continue to engage with the world. US Representative Mike Gallagher, who chairs the House of Representatives Select Committee on China, is on a visit to Taiwan. Gallagher reassured US's support to Taiwan regardless of the election results there, saying Washington needs to ensure the delivery of weapons to Taiwan and that a backlog of arms deliveries remains a big problem.
We need to ensure that we're delivering on the foreign military sales that you've purchased, that we've approved, but have yet to be delivered. We have a $20 billion backlog. That's probably the biggest thing we can do to deter China and reduce its aggression. So I'm confident, regardless of how the presidential election goes, that we will maintain our support not only for Taiwan, but also a posture of internationalism and engagement.
The recent US congressman visits to Taipei only point to the fact that how the US handles its equations with both Beijing and Taipei will do much to determine whether the current tense stalemate across the Taiwan Strait remains that way or gets a lot worse.